Hey guys, and welcome back to another Unfiltered Gamer and Cardboard Stacker Top 5 video. I'm here, Unfiltered Gamer, along with the
Fernand the Cardboard Stacker.
And we are going to be introducing you to our top 5 Kickstarter games of 2017.
Yeah.
So if you're excited about that, I'm excited about it.
It's been a pretty good year.
This year has been excellent for Kickstarter games. I have personally loved a lot of games, and I've got quite a few honorable mentions. I had actually condensed my list down, especially since we're only doing a top 5 where normal people do top 10s, right?
Yeah. But it's you and me, so it's top 5. So basically, you're getting a top 10.
You are getting one full top 10 list to choose from 2 different perspectives, so it works out pretty well, right?
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions you want to shout out before we go ahead and start our list?
I think I didn't have anything written for honorable mentions.
Nothing you can think of?
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. I got a couple. First one, I'd have to say, Side Effects by Pillbox Games. They did a great job of a simple card, take-that style card game. I really enjoyed that one. Did you play that one?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
It's pretty good. They did pretty well on Kickstarter. Coville. I know you probably played that one.
I played Coville.
It's a really good game. Really did enjoy that game. I played it with him, actually, and the creator of the game, and he actually created a new game recently called Dwarf 7.
Dwarf Winter. It's Dwarf Winter. It's a spiritual sequel. The games are not to Dwarves Fall, which is not related at all.
They're not related.
No, they're both completely different.
They just have the same. It's
the same universe. They're very different games. And that's in Kickstarter right now.
I heard it was good. You got to see it, right?
Oh yeah, I got to play with the designer himself.
Awesome.
Designer, and the artist.
Louis Brua, I believe.
Blur. Yeah.
Pardon me if I kill that.
Yeah.
And then I got Brass. I really like that game as well. It's a deck building style game that has a little bit of a Magic the Gathering style feel to it. I don't know if you ever played that one or not, but it's a very, very enjoyable game.
Oh yes, it's a deck builder that it's like I would just love because it's the theme. It's steampunk.
Yeah, it's a beautiful steampunk game.
It's my kind of steampunk though.
Yeah, I like it. I really, really enjoyed that game. I like the little magic aspect to it. It has a little bit of that attacking with your 2-1 and whatnot. And you're trying to gain brass for the game. It's really fun. I really enjoyed that game.
And they're releasing their kind of like their one take on the legacy system.
Yes. This is what I got to review for that, and it was great. The legacy works really well. There's no reason not to play with the legacy. If you don't have the game and you want to pick it up, you should definitely get the legacy because you don't have to play with it. And if you want to, you just throw it on there. And every game makes it a little different. Some of them are shorter, longer.
Yeah. You get items along the way. There's a story that unfolds as you're going through the game.
And my final one, which I had confusion as to whether it was a Kickstarter or not, but apparently it is, Argent the Consortium. It's a really cool little game. It wasn't something I enjoyed all that much, but I know it's good. And it's because those type of games I'm just not very good at, you know? But that doesn't matter. Just because I'm not very good at the game doesn't mean I don't know that it's a really fun game. That one was made by Level 99, I believe.
That's right.
And it's excellent. And everybody I've played with it so far has thought it was excellent as well. Yeah. But maybe because I just lost every time. I'm just not good at it. So I was just like, I can't put it on my list because I don't personally love it, but I know it's good, you know?
Well, anyway, I do have some, guys, some games to mention.
Okay.
Okay, great. So, one is Mars Open, which is a very fun.
Oh, the little golf game.
It's a golf game. Well, you don't.
I didn't get it.
It's not a golf. It's not like you swing. It's a little like you flick the paper footballs we used to play as kids. Yeah, I mean and basically it's a kit of whatever you want it to be, of what kind of courses. They gave you courses in the game. You put like these stands
different holes
and stuff.
And you can,
and the box, both of the boxes, the lid and the bottom part of the box
are used for the game. Right?
Yeah, so and there's a hole in there. You can move the hole. You can make it into you can stack the box of the holes on top, so it's really hard to get. You can do trick shots, or you can kind of curve the ball as well, and you can do like table to another table.
Reminds me of kind of like Ice Cool with flicking the penguins.
Yeah,
I didn't get to play that game. I wanted to, but I saw your review of it and you liked it, and I was pretty sure it was gonna be fun.
It is super simple. It's a game that you can when you see it, you get it immediately.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the other one I do want to mention is Temporal Odyssey from Level 99 Games. Is another one from Level 99 Games.
He loves Level 99.
2-player game, deck drafting, hand building game. Very intense. Very. Have you played that one? No. Okay.
No, I haven't. I haven't even heard of it actually.
Yeah, Temporal Odyssey. It did fairly well. But it's a game that it's like every move that you make, and it has the kind of like a set allowance kind of thing where you have to spend these actions. You can spend you only get 4 actions allowance points in there, so you can spend for a big item. Okay, or you can spend for like a lot of different things in there, but it's like, oh man, it is quite intense.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta check that one out, and you better as well, I suppose, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get into our list. We're gonna start off with number 5, and as usual, we are going to take our die and roll, and the higher roll is the one who decides who gets to go first. 5. Again.
Reroll.
4.
6.
All right.
I'll go first.
Fine, go ahead.
I'll go first. All right. This first game I did, it's a very beautiful game. It's very relaxing for 2 players only. It's called Bridges to Nowhere.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that one. Oh, we played that together. You actually took the game like when we played it together. You're like, I want this game. I want to play this game.
Yeah, it's a game about building bridges, but you have to build them in a specific way. But it's like the art style is so like this watercolor-esque.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And you build the bridges either up or down or up and down. There's different types of bridges in there. I did a review on this. I like it so much that I went to do a tutorial on it instead.
Nice. Yeah, I saw it. Actually, it's very well done. Yeah. And no, that game's excellent. Mm-hmm. I fully agree. Had I actually thought about it, it might have booted off one of my games here. Maybe. It was very, very good. Wow.
It's
so intense too.
Drafting. There's drafting in there. There's like special point scoring of how you build your bridges, because you can do double.
It's a micro game too.
Yeah, it's a double.
It's so intense.
You can make double bridges or triple bridges.
Triple bridges.
Yeah,
yeah, you definitely can. Yeah. And it's there's so many play styles for what it is. It's such a small little nothing game that you wouldn't think it's so fun, but every time I've brought it out, people have been like, yeah, let's do this again. Mm-hmm. I've never played it once, so no, it's excellent.
Yeah, totally, really cool game. Yeah.
All right, so my number 5. People might laugh at my number 5, especially from a bearded old neck bearded old guy like me. But my number 5 is my wife's favorite game of this year, I would imagine, Sparkle Kitty. Sparkle Kitty is made by Breaking Games, and Manny Vega is the designer of the game. And in the game, you're going to be playing as a princess. I kid you not, you pick a princess, and there's a bunch of different princesses. It doesn't matter what you pick. And then you're going to build a tower with these guys here, and you're going to get cards in your hand. And as you play them, you're going to have a little board here, which looks like kind of like this. See if I can pull it out here. It's a little storybook. And every time you play a card on it, it's going to change the phrase that you're going to be using as you play spells. So this one here is called Fancy. You call a fancy spell book because it's a black card. Or if you played this, you have to match the symbology on this. So the crown will go on this here. So it would be called a spell bear or a bear spell, however you wanted to do it. And you're going to be playing cards around the table. You're trying to empty your hand out while removing cards from this castle you're going to have with your princess. You can free your princess, you win the game. And if you don't, somebody else is going to be putting more castles on, more like towers on top of it. And it's fun. Like, we play this so many times, over and over and over again. The art is pretty cool. All the princesses are very, like, almost non-princessy kind of, but they're all like, I don't know how to explain it, like La Princesa, the Princess Palace, like the art district, Princess Frosting.
Yeah, the art's very nice.
All real-to-life princesses, I guess you would say. All girls are princesses. Nevertheless, though, the game's so much fun. I've had to dig this game up every single time we go to a party. My wife is just super enamored by the game, and I can totally see why. So it made my list. Sparkle Kitty by Breaking Games. Ever played it?
I've seen you guys playing it, but I haven't played it myself.
Maybe we'll break Sparkle Kitty out sometime. All right. Well, that is our number 5
on the
list. Now for number 4.
You're at your studio, so it's very easy for you to get your games.
That's right. Yeah. No, I gotta do all edit and post here for you. Here you go. 3. I'll take the reins on this one, I think.
Okay.
All right. So my number 4 game is a game that is beautiful, and it is a cooperative family-based game. I don't know if you can think of it. It kind of reminds me of Dead of Winter, but family.
I think does it have a queen in it? Oh, I think I know what it is.
It's called By Order of the Queen.
Yes.
By Junk Spirit Games. By Order of the Queen, with a little bit of spiderwebs on it, right? is a beautiful game. It's made by Justin Hillgrove. The art is the art is by Justin Hillgrove, and his stuff is great. And it's by David Gerard. And I got to play the game as a prototype, and then this came in not too long ago. And I tried to make sure that all my games that I have on the list for the Kickstarter games are games that are actually produced this year. I don't know if you did that or not, but all my games are produced.
Yeah, they campaigned this year.
They're out this year.
Oh, they're out there. Yeah. No, mine's the campaigning.
I mean, I think I might have one campaign this year. Yeah, one or two.
At least the campaign, like kind of like started.
I try to get them so you can see the actual games of it, but it's beautiful. This game is art, everything.
Yeah, look at that.
Wonderful, and it is it's like Dead of Winter, kind of like a game in which you're playing together. You're trying to protect the realm over here on this side, and then down here there's monsters you got to fight. These are like the quests you can go on. This is the Queen's order you need to fulfill, and then you've got certain items you can get. You also have bosses that pop out. It's a ton of fun. It's very, very challenging, and there's a ton of different components in the game. The quality is really high, and there's a bunch of little things, and it comes with like little mini expansions, extra little player boards and character boards, the graveyard boards, ton of tokens. Everything in here is really, really nice. It's got metal pieces and components. It is a super fun game, though. It takes a bit to get used to how to play the game. Like, you got to go through the rules a bit because there is a bit to it. But
wait, is that a coloring book?
Yeah, it comes with a coloring book. Yeah, you get the little coloring book. It is a family-based game, but it's a cooperative game. There's no trader in it like Dead of Winter, but it plays similar other than that, where you're trying to collect, do missions and whatnot. And the rule book is beautiful. They even have, tons of art. They even show all the monsters have a little, glossary or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Little monsters.
Also by Junk Spirit, I do want to mention that they reprinted Crows, but with this universe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for their games. Their games are always pretty cool to look at, and very family friendly, so I had to throw that one in. I was very shocked to find that I enjoyed that one so much, but I did, and also everyone on the table. And you'll notice most of the games I'm going to be picking here are not just specifically tailored to me, but I enjoy it based on how much everyone else is enjoying themselves around the table, and these two just do that for me. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's your turn.
Yeah. So this next game I'm gonna say is that it's a game that I was a little uneasy about first. I was kind of skeptical about about the gameplay and stuff, but and that's probably because mainly for the reviews of it, kind of like because it was a little bit overwhelming, a lot of things in it, and then I finally got to play it this year. And the Kickstarter this year, and I am so thrilled that I played it. And I think you know what it is, because it's right here.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah.
Argent, the consortium. All right, that makes sense.
So as Michael has told you that,
Look at this fanboy over here. Come on, Level 99. hire me, please. That's what he's saying. Kidding.
Yeah, so I think it was published about a couple years ago, but the Kickstarter
was. It came out this year, right?
Yeah, but the Kickstarter was for the second edition reprint with a small expansion in there, so that's what you just get. But upgraded up components. I mean, yeah. But the game this is a heavy game. It is.
There's a lot to it.
There's a lot of things in it.
That's why I said I like it. Like I just know this game is a hit.
Yeah, but it smooths out when you get used to a couple rounds.
Once you figure it out, yeah. It's kind of like Francis Drake in that aspect. It's huge and thick. But...
So yeah, I mean, for me, as I said, I was afraid. Don't be afraid of this game. You just have to dive in right into there. Just try out there's
and there's options, there's variants too. That's why it's so thick too. There's a lot of variants too.
Variants. I mean, so many variants. Like each because it's little mini board tiles that you have you can put workers on. But each of those tiles can be flipped.
The components are so good too.
Flip as you want it, so you can flip the library and have this kind of library instead, or you can have this It
just offers so much variability as well as the different the different aspects of the game you can change or add, putting new stuff in. The component quality, though, that's a big thing. The art is great, too. There's not a lot I can't say about the game that I didn't like, other than I just couldn't win it. I just wasn't good at it.
The thing that really grabbed me in, that I finally took the first step of doing this, is that it's a magic school, and you're trying to be a chancellor, the head chancellor of the magic school. It's like Harry Potter, the board game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The good version. No, they did a great job with this game. It's one of the chancellors missing. The story goes, the chancellor's he's going out because he just wants to, and then everyone's like, "Oh, there's a spot. Who's gonna be the new one?" Right?
Yeah, there's a spot open, and everyone's fighting about it. So you can be different departments. You can be the Department of Sorcery, the Department of Planar Studies, and stuff.
Yeah, you choose all the different guys too.
Yeah, and what's
I gotta play with you. I think is what I gotta do.
Yeah, and there's the thing is you're getting votes. The votes are the things that you have to get in the game. You can, there's so many things to do in the game, but you're just trying to appease these voters. But the voters, you don't know about them because you got to find
they're
who
all
they
hidden,
are.
right?
Yeah. And then
there's so many too.
And there's only a total of 10 points in the game.
Yep.
In there, so I mean, small points, but lots of things you must do in order to win this game.
Yep.
Yeah. So excellent game. I'm very happy that they're going for the second edition. I mean, I
didn't even know you were gonna put this on your list. I was just sitting there, like, just before I came in, I'm like, what about Argent, man? Like, that game is so good, but I mean, just because I don't really get into it, I know that it's, you know, and then you're like, bam, here it is. I'm like, oh well, okay.
I didn't even get when they first got this down in the Kickstarter the first time. I never gave it a second look. I was like, oh, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
it's so big and thick. Yeah. It's hard to the thick games are hard to get into sometimes for a lot of the casual gamers, or even me. I'm like more of a modern gamer. I can jump into most things, but this one was easy to learn. Just like Francis Drake is what I compare it, because Francis Drake is a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know if you played it or not, but once you get into it, you're like, oh. This makes sense.
You just think
it just goes.
It's just, I mean, there's nothing like. I mean, the only thing that you just have to read are their spells. But
unlike Lesboa, Lesboa is a monster. Yeah. That's actually a monster of a monster.
Right. So there we go. Argent, the consortium.
I agree.
Or some people say
far we're good.
The consortium. Some people say consortium.
The consortium.
Or I say consortium because it sounds. I like to stress my T's a bit more.
All right. Anyway. So I think we're going for number 3 now.
Yep. Okay.
Prepare. 4, 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go first once again. I've earned the right. So my number 3 is a game you have not played, most likely. My cameraman here has played though, and this is called Epoch: The Awakening.
I'm very jealous. I am very jealous.
Now this game has a lot in it. I'll show you the cover. We've played the hell out of it, so it's kind of destroyed.
It's a picture of a box.
It's a picture
on
of
a box.
This is a prototype, so technically it's not coming out yet, but I've got the full game here to play, so I like that. This game is super fun. This is the board here, and you're gonna be putting yourself on one of these little islands over here. Like, you're gonna wash up on the beach. It kind of reminds me of, it's kind of like the Diablo style game, or I don't know, Path of Exile. It's like Path of Exile, where you're washed up on a shoreline, and then you start discovering and finding different things. And you're also trying to appease knowledge and wisdom and all these other kind of things as well. You'll be finding things along the way, fighting monsters along the way. There's a ton of different components in the game. The rulebook is great. I mean, there's different, you can get different, like, rides, too, like, you know, horses and all that kind of stuff, like, better stuff like that. As you go across the board, you're going to be finding these little pieces here. You're going to be putting down that all have their own unique abilities as well. There's a ton of options. There's a ton of stuff. And what's interesting, I talked to the designer maybe like a couple weeks ago, actually, about getting my copy of the full production. And he's like, since we have been doing this, and after the Kickstarter went through, which it did so well.
It did very well.
So, I was flabbergasted as to how well it did. I mean, I loved it, but I wasn't sure, like, it was like $200,000 or something like that.
Look at the art. You'll get this first for the art.
Yeah, it's beautiful. No, the game is excellent. I mean, I only have like about half the game right now because there's so much more coming to it. So if I get the production, I'll give you this right now. It's still good. It's still good. You're just not getting everything, you know.
I want everything. Man.
And yeah, it'll come with the bag and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun though. Epoch: The Awakening is an excellent game. I'll have in the description below if you guys check out all of these games. Mm-hmm. But there's not much I can say that I disliked about this game. It is a little lengthy, I suppose, but.
How long is it? Like 2 hours?
Maybe an hour and a half, depending on the number of players.
That's not long.
No, it's not bad, and it's easy to play. Mm-hmm. It's so simple. You're just going across the board, but there's so many options. That's the thing. This game has a lot of variability, as well as the option to choose what you want to pick up and how you want to. You have a bunch of like resources you can go around, and you can collect knowledge, and you can combine your knowledge and your wisdom, whatever, and it'll combine into strength or something like that.
Wow!
And it changes. So like, I need this in order to appease this requirement. Oh, it's fun. The game is super cool, and I am very, very excited to get the game when it comes out. Epoch: The Awakening.
I'll borrow this.
Borrow Epoch. You might, maybe if you're lucky, if you don't spill the tea.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, what do you got?
Well, I need to double check this because I don't know if there's like a subtitle for this game because it's a very common name, but I'm just gonna check really quick.
Edit and post. Just kidding. We'll just let it run.
Entertainment. I don't know.
Entertainment. So about them sports teams that I never. This, if you notice, these dice towers are. This is from Black Thumb Creations, and they etched my logo into this one. Yours just has a.
Yep.
That one needs to be glued, unfortunately, but it still works.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, you ready now?
There's no subtitle for this game.
Okay, so we just wasted your time. We just wasted your time. I hope you appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
You'll never get that back.
Okay, this next game is when I just like, it was like a few days before it ended, and I was like, gotta get it, and I did it.
You did it.
I did.
Oh, I'm like, and then I didn't.
I pledged for it.
Okay.
It was a game called Museum.
Museum?
Yeah, Museum. Yes. So it's about your creators of a big established museum.
Who's it by?
You
don't know. It's that good, people. That good.
But I know the game.
Top 3. It's the number 3.
The art of the game is done by Vincent Dutrait.
Okay.
Everyone knows Vincent Dutrait. Holy Grail Games. I think they're based off in France.
I've reviewed something of theirs before, I think.
Yeah. It's a game where, as I said, you're curators. You're collecting artifacts from different continents, and you're trying to make collections. So it's a stud collection kind of finding game, but you could put them in your museum, but there's like, you try to make the best collection.
It's like the Mummy without the mummy.
Yeah. But you have to get specific collections to make a better, more points, and fill up your museum in a specific way to get more points. But
Indiana Jones, the board game. Without the fighting or snakes.
Yeah, well, you're in the museum. You're just buying stuff from other places. But there's like a lot of things you got to take concern. Like there's a public opinion. Like you're getting these artifacts. From
Everybody has their own museum, or you all work in the same?
Everyone, no, it's not a cooperative. It's a competitive game.
Well, I mean, you all work in the same museum though.
No, different museums.
Oh, okay. So everybody is their own curator, and they're all pulling artifacts.
Yeah, you're finding artifacts. You're pulling artifacts. You're buying artifacts. You're making collections and It's a set collection game. Art by Vincent Dutrait is like, ding ding, it's mine.
I need to look at this one. I have nothing. I mean, I'm so wrapped up in all the other stuff. I can't believe I missed it.
Yeah,
I blame my cameraman who's not allowed to speak. Excellent.
Anyway, and there's like some like extra like expansions, like just like a Cthulhu expansion. You get really weird items, and they might do something.
That's cool.
And some of the items like do something.
They change like the way that the game plays or something like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Have you played it yet?
No, because I only saw the game.
So this is number 3 on hype list, right? This is his hype game. He's like, so it may dud out.
I don't think so. It looks really good, and they have a tutorial.
You went through the rules and all that first.
I saw the rules. Okay. I went to see the tutorial and stuff. It's like, yep, this is the game. I have it takes a few days before I actually plunge in there.
I've played all my games on my list.
Yeah, but I just took a look at it again like two days and like, yep, I'm gonna get this.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I gotta look at. I gotta check it out. Yeah. All right. Are we moving on?
Yeah, we are.
What are we on now? 2?
Yeah, 2.
All right, 2. Prepare yourself.
Here we go.
You can go first.
Okay.
It's a pity go first.
I got a 2. He got a 5. So, but thank you.
You're welcome.
This next game is also another game that I did not review. It's a game that I just like. Love the theme. Is like
did you play it
for me. Yeah. No, I did not play it.
Come on, you gotta play it.
But I know it's gonna be good.
Okay.
All right. I have this intuition.
All right. Give me the theme. Give us the theme. We'll try and guess it before.
I learned from Kickstarter about bad Kickstarter.
Which ones are gonna be good already? You already know just by looking at it.
I'm very picky.
Shiny pictures and miniatures. Good game.
So there's been a lot of narrative games right now of trying to go through, but this one is really good. It's about a city that's very close to us here, and you are a detective. The game is called Detective City of Angels.
Ooh,
yes,
that one looks good.
Yeah, so it's a kind of like a noir kind of like detective. It's not cooperative. You're a detective trying to figure out the mysteries. I can't remember. Is it cooperative? I don't know. But I think it is. I think it's competitive.
I haven't looked at it. I saw it. It looked good, and I was like,
yeah. It is competitive because it's a deduction game.
Yep.
It's also very
well. I know it's a noir theme. I know that. I know it's a detective theme. You have to deduct certain things.
Yeah, think the video game LA Noire.
Looks good. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. And guess what? The art's by Vincent Dutrait.
Fanboy. No, it's not by Level 99 Games, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Shocker.
But you're going through LA. You're solving a crime, mainly murders, or something else, I guess. But there's like different stories. The game is pushed in a narrative direction where you have to go talk to people. The thing is, people can change their mind and how they kind of like think and give you information. So you might meet this guy. He may change his mind later on during the game over there. And then the other thing, there's a different way to play the game. It's called the chisel. And which is great for the game, which I'll tell a little later. And then
chisel your opponents in the heart a little bit.
No, well, he kind of shifts the game for the detectives who try to figure out the crime. Okay. Yeah, and so what's great about that, because you can be the chisel, and you while it's a narrative game, you can only play it once. Being a chisel, you can play it multiple times. Okay. And so you're trying to get in the minds of the detectives, trying to figure out the crime, and then he will kind of like switch around evidence or kind of sway kind of people in the game.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, but the art, like this, like immersions of the game, like 1920s LA, being a detective trying to figure out these things. In there.
So when he gets these games, they're gonna bring him over, we're gonna play, and then we're gonna determine if he's correct on his own list. Well, he got high hopes. Yeah. He's just like, Vincent is just my guy for art, so it must be a good game. Yeah. It did look like a good game when I was looking at it, though, for sure.
Well, for me, Vincent was like an extra add-on, but it's like he's more of the extra push. Yep. But
you're on the edge, and then he just pushes you off the edge.
I study the game. I look at it. I look at like a lot of reviews, like as much as I can, and hopefully it's good. And I think usually I am pretty good on these kind of games, but this game is the game that I pass on instead of getting Seventh Continent.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got this one instead of Seventh Continent?
Yes. They ran at the same time.
I mean, it was just about money. Seventh Continent was too expensive. I mean, I'm sure it's good, but yeah. I need to keep all my pesos. Yeah. All right, my turn. Prepare yourselves for a thick, immersive game of huge proportions. Lucidity, the 6-sided nightmare game. This game, you are playing as nightmares. You can play as the nightmare of imprisonment, depths, envy, or primal fear. But first, you play as a dreamer, and these are the dreamer boards here. And it's a push your luck style game. You're going to be choosing not only how much you want to push your luck, like do you want to push your luck on the easy, medium, or hard track, and everybody has the options too. And it's a competitive game. But you're pulling die, and as you pull die, you're going to then roll them and see what happens. And where you roll them is going to determine where they go on these tracks here. You're going to try and score points as a dreamer. And if you ever cover up any of these tracks here, you turn into these nightmares here. Nightmares can still win the game, but their objective is to screw over the dreamers. And a dreamer wins by scoring the amount of points it needs. Also, you can lose the game instantly by rolling these hunt symbols, but that only is effective on this red area here. It's a push your luck style game with an actually deep, dark theme to it. And being a nightmare is super fun. Sometimes you might actually just want to be a nightmare instantaneously and purposely choose to roll the hardest difficulty level and get that nightmare you want. And nightmares also have abilities to make other people re-roll their die. The red guy here can actually, what does it say? Whenever a dreamer rolls an eyeball symbol on their die instead, or terror, move it to your card as a point. And you can move an eyeball on a dreamer's card to one of their terror spaces here, which can kill them.
The dice is so cute.
So this character actually tries to kill units. Oh yeah, the components are really cool. And I think this game got picked up by a company, actually. It was, Shannon was the, I'm going to make sure. I know his name is Shannon. But I think somebody else picked this game up after the Kickstarter. Who was it?
I think was it Renegade?
It might have been.
Yeah.
But it was originally Foxtail Games, I think. Yeah, Foxtail Games. And I think it got picked up afterwards because it did so well. And I'm not shocked that it did so well because it was really, really fun. We played this game over and over and over again. What's funny, though, is the first time I played this game, I was like, nope, I hate this game. And apparently, I have to accept that sometimes the die are not going to roll in my favor. And push your luck means if you're pushing your luck too hard, you might kill yourself. And I played again because somebody's like, no, just try it again. I enjoyed it. I'm like, okay. And then I played it again. And then again. And then again and again and again. And then I played it live. And then I played it again. And then I gave it to you and never played it again because you never returned it. And you never reviewed it. But it's really fun. It's a really fun game. And it did really, really well. We got to get you to play this game. It's super quick, super easy, and it's beautiful. The artwork, if you like scary themed art games, this one has some really nice scary artwork. All the nightmares are pretty nasty. But the game is good either way. Even if this had fluffy bunnies on it, it would still be super fun to play. But I think the added fear aspect of the game is good because you are afraid of these nightmares. They are messing you up. A good game. Lucidity. Actually, I think my cameraman / editor, he backed the game actually when he saw it on Kickstarter. Even though we already have it and are going to probably be getting a copy.
Isn't this his number 1 as well?
Okay, so that is Lucidity, the 6-sided nightmare game. My number 2 game up on the list. I guess we're going to go with number 1, and afterwards, if we have enough time, we'll add our cameraman's list as well for Kickstarter board games. Are you ready to go ahead and do it for number 1?
Yes.
All right. 5.
Oh, so you're making me go first.
No, I will go first.
Okay.
Because just per se, the camera went out, and I actually lost the roll last time.
Did you see that? There's an edit in there.
You didn't.
The camera went out.
Me and him are that good at editing, so I'm gonna go first. And like I was saying before, I got really lit up by the camera. This game has been on Kickstarter about 3 times, and it finally got funded on its 3rd or 4th time. And I've had it since the beginning, so it's very different in looks now than it was when I had the review, which I have, and I'm going to show you guys. It is a game from Kickstarter, and it is an area control game. It is a set collection game. It is a war-style game. It is cooperative. It is competitive. It's a very, very bizarre game, but I really do like it, and it's called Radiant. Radiant is by Randall Marsh. And it's this little box game here.
That game.
Cute little game here. This is my prototype.
I could not think of it.
And what's very interesting about Radiant, if I can get the box open, I did tape this guy shut. Oh, let me see. I got a pen here, so we'll go ahead and open it up.
Why did you shut
Because I put it on my wall here.
So you never ever can play it again.
Well, since after I played a bunch of times, I wanted to show it off to people. Hopefully, during the campaign, to get people to check it out. Here we go.
Okay.
So what it comes with is about a deck of cards. Right here. And then you got tokens for currency. Yeah, you got little, these are the characters that you move around the board. And then you've got these guys here that are basically scoring agenda tokens.
And then we got some...
This actually comes with a paper board right now, and I'm hoping to get the
mailed.
cards.
Is this like a...
Around the board here, you've got your scoring track, and on each area here is a different faction, right? And then also between each of these is going to be locations that count as another faction. You're trying to score, it's area control, right? So you're trying to control, oh no, it came apart. That's okay. I'm going to get a good version soon. But you're trying to control as much area as you can. And in each location, you get points for doing so. But the real trick, it's also drafting. What's really cool about the game is you're going to draft cards, and it's going to be based on what you put on the field, and it's kind of like the game War in a way, and where there's cards that are better than others. When you put together a certain type of card, it's better than the best card. And after you draw and you draft, so we are going to draft throughout the game. Then we're going to meld and see if you have this in your hand, you get some amount of points for each of the different rounds. If you have these and these and these, so on and so forth, you get points throughout the round. This is one; it's for every single player. And after you're done doing these, then you're going to do so you did the drafting, you did the set collection, then you're going to go into the area control bit where you're going to move the location marker and fight. We've already placing down cards, whoever's the highest wins, unless there's a couple little differences that change things. You've got like the assassin, and then you've got the phalanx guy, the big one, as well as if you put the knight with his mount together, that will beat the highest card on the field. And you're going to go around doing that, scoring points, repeat on the second round, and the third round it gets more points as the game goes along, so even if you don't win the first round, you can still take it the second and the third. Now what also makes this game interesting too is that while you're playing the game, 1, 2, 3, and 4 players is how the game works. The 2 player is a head-on-head, and we just simply are going to draft and fight each other. The 3 players is where we each have our own unique color here, right? You have red, yellow, and green. But when you play 4 players, it turns into a co-op 2v2. So it'd be me and you versus 2 other people. And we're going to work together, but drafting together, but separately at the same time, and talking amongst each other as to how we want to play cards. Or I'll pass this time and you play to fight them. So it has that little aspect to it. But yeah, the game has so much to offer in such a small package. I like the artwork. I like the style of play. I really enjoy that there's a lot presented. In most games that have a lot, like too many mechanics don't work. But this one flows so perfectly. There's a phase for everything, and everything goes right perfectly in its phase. And I'm very, very happy it got funded. I'm very excited to check out the game. I know that there's going to be differences in the board as well as the cards. The art's probably not going to look the same. And the art is, it's okay. It's okay art. But the game itself is what's really fun. And we play this game over and over and over again. I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm very excited to see it get funded. Radiant by Randall Marsh. Oh. So I hopefully get people to go ahead and just check it out and look at it. I mean, you may or may not like it, but I just thought it was just really well fleshed together. And I was so shocked it didn't get funded the first time, second, or I think even the third.
It looks really good.
But it's super fun.
I think I need to try it with you then.
We will play this game whenever you want because I very much so do enjoy this game. Radiant.
All right. I guess it's time for my number one.
And I originally thought it was... What did I originally think it was? I thought it was going to be Unfair, but apparently that was last year, technically, even though we got it to this year.
It's a game that came out this year that campaigned last year.
So I don't have a good guess on this one.
So this one is a game that I was a little skeptical upon, and then we got to try. We got to try with the designer. That gives a big hint.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yes. My number one. I did
mention this as an honorable mention.
Yeah, my number one is Coville, the Dark Overlord.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I just love the game from the gameplay to the art itself.
It's beautiful.
It is done by the same. The designer is also the artist.
It's a streamlined small world too, with more options too.
Yeah, it's a much more punch your face kind of small world.
I want it.
It's about area control. It's about drafting and stuff in there.
There's a lot of good mechanics. They work very well together.
And the artist likes a lot of pop culture, so there's a lot of references in there. He mashes.
Oh yeah, there's tons.
I love the art because he mashes a bunch of things. There's one is like a Moogle from Final Fantasy, and then the Ghostbuster Michelin Man.
Oh no, this game is excellent. It was this game was on my mention list.
Yeah,
before,
you did. Yeah.
And I was sitting there talking about the dwarf game too. Yeah, he's great. He's gonna be up and coming.
I was super surprised about this game when I first played. Like, oh my gosh, you can do this and that. It's really tight in the mechanics too. It's like super tight.
We only played that one time, right?
Yeah.
I want to play it more too because I think it might go up my list as I play it. I only got to play it once, and we had to play it on Tabletopia too because we don't have. It's not out yet. It's just the campaign went on this year. So
no. The thing is, it's coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah, they just said in the update that it's like they're mailing it out, so I might be home right now. I need to go home and get it.
Really? Did you back this in?
Yes, I did back. I back it on the right after we played it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and do check it out because I like the game so much. I also did a tutorial for them.
I think we did a blog post regarding the game. My wife did, as I discussed how to. She ghostwrited for me, but it is an excellent game. I think that is an excellent choice.
Yeah,
it would be my number 7.
Yeah. It does have a bit more a small world feel.
It does. It feels like that.
Yeah, but it's much more punchy. Much more punchy.
It's a little mean. It's like friendly mean. You know?
Yeah. The thing is, you have to be mean, and if you have to be mean in the game.
He's shipping that out already?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm gonna.
I backed this thing crazy. I backed the expansion as well. I'm so excited to get it. It's like coming this week or next week.
Man, yeah. I usually don't back Kickstarter games just because my wife will kill me.
If I believe in the Kickstarter game, I back it.
See, that's a good motto. But the problem is, I believe in so many of these dang things. I would be in the poorhouse if I did, and that would be a definite backing if I could get it. I've only backed one game this year, and the reason and it was from Dave Killingworth. It was the Archmage Origins, and I backed it because my wife did the editing for it, and she's in the book, so I wanted to give her something. But there's a lot of games. I would have backed all of these games.
That didn't fun, unfortunately. Hopefully, she tried another one. It is a good game, though.
I would have backed all your games and mine.
Yeah.
If I could have.
No, my games are super expensive, but the thing is, I don't back a lot. So, like, for example, Coville.
I'm just saying, if we had the money to do it,
I think Coville was about $80. City of Angels, I think I got the highest one.
That one I don't know about.
Like $130 or $100, I can't remember. A museum, I got like one of the higher ones as well to get everything in there.
That would be another one I have to. Those are the two ones that I'd be like.
Argent, I went to the alumni because they gave us the it's more of an upgrade pack for that plus the expansion.
So you got more than I do even.
Yeah, and then Bridges, which I didn't back actually, but
I have Bridges.
Yeah,
you have it as well.
Yeah, I have it too, but I don't think they changed the game much. So
they have a deluxe version, I think,
but it has more color and it looks prettier.
I like the original version better, actually.
No, I like the color. I like the little blue in there.
You like it now compared to what you had for ours? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit, this is a bit more.
I don't know. I like the simplicity of the original one, but I'm willing to see.
But the game it doesn't change.
It's still good.
No.
But yeah, so that is our top 5 Kickstarter list for this year, 2017. Please join us again for our next top 5, which we'll be doing very shortly, our 2017 top 5 games, which are not Kickstarter related as best as I possibly can.
It's games that are released
games in 2017
yes.
that I have played, which is interesting because I haven't played any of the top games. Like all those top 20 2017 games, I ain't played them. You can name them. Seventh Continent, Gloomhaven.
You can watch Seventh Continent.
yeah. Those ones are like they don't need the prize from me anyways because they're.
I have played Gloomhaven.
Oh, then you can put it on your list. I just haven't. If I haven't played it, I don't put it on my list.
If it's on my list, though.
Even though I see it, I go, I don't know yet. I have to play it myself because I've had a lot of top games. But anyway, that was our top 5 Kickstarter list. If you're interested in checking out these games, we'll have them all in the description below. I am Michael Wright from Unfiltered Gamer.
I'm Ferdinand, the Cardboard Stacker.
Where can we check you out at?
TheCardboardStacker.com or on YouTube, The Cardboard Stacker.
And as you guys know, you can check us out at unfilteredgamer.com, and you can go ahead and subscribe to both of us, as well as checking our websites. We got tons of cool stuff here. I got my Kickstarter list going on, and you've got your tutorials that are available if people are interested in checking out tutorials and all that good stuff on his site.
And also check out Michael's live Facebook gameplays.
We do it every Wednesday from 7:30 to about 9:30 p.m. PST on our Unfiltered Gamer Facebook page. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and as always, we appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
All right, keep stacking games.